Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to episode 63 of the New York Mets. A special episode today. We're going to have, first of all, the end of season awards, which I have to go get ready to host in just a second. I need to get all dressed up for that. And then we're going to play through to spring training, all the fun that is free agency and the winter trades. So that's to look forward to, but first up, it is the end of season awards. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get ready. It's the end of season award for the world champion New York Mets. Oh, thank you, everybody. Thank you. Oh, what a great crowd. What a time to be alive as we welcome a third World Series crown into the Mets organization. It's been a stunning year. It's to sweep the World Series as well. What a season it's been. The players have been absolutely incredible. Each and every one of them has been a hero. And I think the only way to really start the evening is to give them all a hearty round of applause. Well done, boys. I couldn't be prouder. But let's get the awards underway, and the first one is Most Wins by a Pitcher, and he took the league by storm this year. He's been an absolute hero, and it is, with 17 wins, it's Tejada. The next award is for the highest batting average, and we missed him when he was injured this year. We really missed him, but with an incredible average of .352, it's Jeff McNeil. The next award is the Golden Bullseye, which is awarded to the player hit most by pitchers. And this year, 15 times struck down. It's my boy Blue, Pete Alonso. The next award is the Golden Anchor, the Willie Ramos Memorial Trophy, of course awarded to the player who has hit into the most double plays. And this year, we'll blame it on concussions for being hit by pitchers, because with 16 double plays, it's my boy Blue again. The next award is the Golden Boot, awarded to the pitcher who has issued the most walks. And this year, with 82 walks, it's the man who made Game 4 interesting. It's Jacob deGrom. And the next award is the Golden Glasses, of course awarded to the man with the most strikeouts as a batter. And this year, with 159, come back and play for us again next year, please. It's Christian Yelich. The next award is the Golden K, awarded to the pitcher with the most strikeouts this time, the man who would love to pitch to Christian Yelich every at-bat if he could. And this year, like every year, with 235, the winner is Noah Syndergaard. The next award is the Golden Broom, awarded to the man who sweeps clean the bases, the man with the most RBIs. And this year, for the first time in my reign, we had someone get over the 100 mark with 104 RBIs. Please stay, it's Christian Yelich. And now it's time to award the best ERA for a pitcher. And this year, with 1.69, it's Edwin Diaz. The next award is for most home runs, and this year with 38, Christian Yelich. And now it's time for one of the big ones. It's time to award the horse's ass for the worst player. Now it's really difficult because we had a team full of heroes in the postseason, so there could only really be one winner. It's the man who missed the postseason for a second year in a row thanks to injury. It's Matias Odenthal. And now it's time to award Best Pitcher. And this year, let me tell you, it was a hot field of contenders. Really difficult to decide. Now, there is a formula we use, so it's not really much of a decision, is it really, in that sense? But there's a formula that's down in the description if you want to go and see how we reach this conclusion. But in third place, it's Noah Syndergaard with 57.76. In second place, it's Tejada with a score of 61.47. And the winner, it's Edwin Diaz with a score of 82.07. Well done, Edwin. And now it's time to award the best batter. And once again, there is a formula that we use, and that is down in the description. And this, again, was a hot field of contenders this year. It was probably our best batting year since I've taken over the Mets. But there can only be one winner. And in third place, it was Odenthal with a score of 41.17. In second place, it was Christian Yelich, maybe a surprise, with a score of 60.26. And the winner with a score of 65.86. It's the Bernhard Morlock. And finally tonight, it is time to award the Golden All-Star for this year's Mets MVP, otherwise known as the Noah Syndergaard Trophy in recent years, but this year, it's going to someone different. It's going to the one man, I think, that has pretty much led us in batting this year. He also got a single-season record for total bases at the Mets of 337. I beg of you, please sign a new contract. The winner is Christian Yelich. So that's it. That's all the awards for the evening. What an evening it has been as well. Congratulations to Christian and the rest of the winners. Thank you for you in the auditorium. Thank you for you watching at home. And I'll see you all back at Citi Field next season where we look to do it all again. Thank you very much. Enjoy your evening. So there we go. The awards done for another year. Now let me know what you think of the winners. I think Christian Yelich, he wasn't the best batter, but I do think he was our best player this year. You can see he led most of the way in most of the batting stats, or all the batting stats. So I think it really had to be him. Tejada will probably feel hard done by. Syndergaard, his WAR was quite good. So he might feel like he had he won it every year, Syndergaard, so he can go a year without it. But yeah, let me know what you think. Just a quick review of our season here too. Look at these rankings. We're pretty much top of the way in everything. Maybe base running, it lets us down a little bit. Home runs, we're not as strong. And fielding. Fielding's probably the weakness for us. But, when we're that good at pitching, when we're that good at batting, fielding, we can let it slide a little bit. It's going to be okay. Now, what I think we're going to do here is I think we will continue on with the Mets. I did sort of look into it, the comments that you all left, and it seemed like nobody was sort of sick of the Mets yet. So I think we'll stick with it because we do have a big season coming up here as we play through the winter, because Yelich, we know, is a free agent that we can't afford to sign him until we let him go because we have to release other people as well. We know Treadmill's leaving. The other players, if we have a look at the front office here, the upcoming free agents, Nimmo's sort of the other big one there, and perhaps Seth Lugo. We haven't used him for ages, so that frees up. What's he on right now? He is on 4.8, so that's going to free up a bit of money for us there. Obviously, Treadmill leaving will free up 12 million. I would like to keep him, but I don't think that's what we necessarily need to do right now. The other player that we will be looking to move on, that will be leaving, is Big Willie Ramos. Now, the reason that Big Willie Ramos is leaving is because, what do I want to do? I want to go to lineups. We have a release. He's on $9 million a year. Now, we have a release that we can get rid of him, team opt-out, at the end of this season or next season. Should be at the end of this season. Maybe we've got to stick with him for another year. I didn't think that. Well, we will trade him away then, because the reason being he's 35, he's not getting any younger, and we do have a good young catcher coming through the system as well. We have Alvarez, who we saw in the playoffs this season, but the other guy we have here, who I want to bring up into the Major League team, is Del Castro, who is also quite good, and I think maybe he's a backup to Alvarez. He's been batting okay in AAA this year. He's done fine. He's come up through the system quite quickly as well, so there's no reason to sort of stunt the progress here. I think we just want to call him straight up and in. So that's pretty much where we'll leave it for now. What I'll do is I'll play through a little bit. We have all the Major League Baseball awards coming up, of course. So let's come back when we see who Major League Baseball is crowning. We've got to be a chance of the Cy Young again with if not Syndergaard, certainly with Tejada as well. And Yelich, could Yelich or maybe Morlock sneak the league MVP? We'll find out. Hello, Big Willie Ramos. Hey, mate, it's Aussie Villain. How you doing, mate? Good. You still celebrating the win? Good, mate, as you should. Now, listen, I just wanted to call you and let you know that we're not going to be taking up the option on your contract. Yeah, look, mate, thanks for taking it so well. I know, yeah, I mean, you get a nice little payout for it, but, we have these young kids coming through, and I just think that it's time for the next generation. All right, mate, well, best of luck in the future. I actually got to let you go. I do have another call coming in here. Okay, see you, mate. Hello? Speaking. I'm sorry, who is this? Kevin Zygmunt? Mate, look, I've never heard of you. You're clearly a moron. I do not have time for this stuffing around. I'm sorry, you're who? The new owner of the Mets. Sir, it's a pleasure to meet you, and I look forward to a long and successful reign under your ownership. Okay, so as we've just seen, a few things have happened. Now, the first thing, and in a way, it's the sort of the least important thing, but Big Willie Ramos, we were able to terminate his contract. So thank you for your service, mate. That's $9 million we've got cleared up, though, and of course now we have two really good young catchers that can fight it out. over the next few years. Now, Kevin Zsigmond is the new owner. He wants us to reach the playoffs, upgrade at second base. We cannot upgrade on Jeff McNeil, my friend. He is the best second baseman in baseball. We want to improve the team defensive efficiency, or deficiency as the case may be. We did see that was sort of our weak point just earlier there. So we'll try and do that. Have a final balance of $25 million and build a team that can win the championship in the next 5 years. That should all be fine. But yeah, a new owner. So we've sold the team. I don't know exactly how this is going to affect us. Fan loyalty has increased, which can only be a good thing. So that's really good. Personal message here, the budget. Okay, so here we go. I've decided, okay, we have $286 million. So that's roughly what it was, I think, last season, wasn't it? So that's all good. What do we got here? Starting pitcher Adam Wainwright is running for Congress. Good luck with that, mate. A few of the minor league staff is leaving, but that's fine. That's no one that we wanted to keep. And the off-season begins. So we're coming into, as I said, the Major League award season. So there's the sort of the general update of Zsigmond coming in. So what we'll do is we will be back when the awards are announced. Alright, the award season is here, and as we probably expected with the Golden Gloves, we don't have any winners. So we can see there who all the winners were. So Philly's got a couple, it looks like. Washington, Miami got a couple as well. But no one for us. It's a shame. I thought maybe Yelich might be in with a shout. But he's sort of the only one that really played the whole season. I don't think Blue's winning any awards for fielding. So, yeah, there we go. So no one for the Golden Gloves. Let's see what's up next. Hey, we have a winner. Edwin Diaz wins the reliever of the year. So well done to him. He did have a really, really good year for us. It looks as though he was, I mean, I don't know why 15 and 30, I don't know what that means, but the points, whatever this is, anyway, Diaz has won. You can see the scores there. It looks like it was relatively comfortable, just the one guy from the Phillies there that was sort of in the same ballpark as him. So yeah, let's see what's up next. Next, it's the Platinum Sticks for batting per position, and we do have one. Christian Yelich, one for right field, so good on him. That's another winner there for us. You can see Mookie Betts, Soto, Tatis Jr., Manny Machado. You can see them all there anyway. I'm not going to go through names and butcher them for the sake of it. Thought maybe, tell you what, a pitcher batting 740, that is not too bad, is it? Well done to him. What's he look like? I mean, he's not that good. He's not that good. He's just had a good year, hasn't he? Anyway, next up, it's something else. Let's see what that next award is. It's Rookie of the Year, and we have another winner. Louis Tejada wins Rookie of the Year, and that is well deserved. For a first year in Major League Baseball, he was absolutely sensational, wasn't he? Look at that. Led the league in wins, in ERA, and on home runs per 9 innings pitched. Whip was really good. That was a really, really good pickup, wasn't it? And we actually got him in a trade as well, so... yeah, really, really happy with the season he's had, and it's good to see he's got a bit of recognition. Louis Tejada is the Rookie of the Year. Mr. Bruce Crabb, he wins the Manager of the Year. Well done to him. It's good to see crustaceans finally making their mark in baseball, isn't it? So well done, Bruce Crabb. And we have another winner. This has been a good year for us. And Louis Tejada adds the Cy Young Award to his Rookie of the Year, just ahead of Syndergaard. Actually, quite a ways ahead of Syndergaard, actually. And then we even had Jacob deGrom in the conversation as well with a few votes there. So, first, second, and what's that, about 7th for deGrom. Our pitching really, really is a strength, isn't it? But again, well done, Louis Tejada, for his Cy Young Award. We don't get MVP. Look at this. Yelich was down there in third. I thought he might be an outside chance, and he was right in the conversation, wasn't he? Did we get any other Mets? Tejada was in there as well, but that's pretty much it. So let's have a look here. Ryan McMahon that won it, 27-year-old. He's quite good. Only on, 3 million. Wow, that's not bad for an MVP. He's at first baseman, so he's no blue, but he's not bad, is he? So there we go. I believe that is now all the awards. We'll play through for free agency and arbitration hearings, all that sort of fun stuff. Yeah, we'll be back for that. Okay, so we have the arbitration hearings. Let's have a look here. So Steve Villanes got $850,000. He wanted a little bit more than that, so that's about right, I think. Ahmed Rosario, he gets 9.5, and he wanted 11, just under 12 million. That's a lot of money for Rosario. He was not on anything like that last season. I think he was just a couple of mil, wasn't he? So he's probably worth more than that. The problem is that we figured out that you can only face left-handed pitchers, and he bats quite well when you only face, bat him against what he's good at. So that hurt us. There's a big setback in the Keep Yelich fund as well. So that's a bit of a blow. Flexen, he gets just under 1.4. He'd wanted a little bit low. We had offered him a little bit less, so he got a little bit more. That's fair enough. Flexen's done a good job for us. My boy Blue, he's worth whatever he wants, and we pretty much he got a little bit more than he wanted, but that's fine. That's fine for Blue. We'll pay that. We have no choice. We have to anyway. McNeil gets 9 million. He'd wanted more, and I tell you what, again, Jeff McNeil is quite good, so he's been a really, really good player for us. Yeah, I mean, he batted over 350. It's just a shame he was injured for so long that it didn't actually, wasn't really something that counted for the end of season stuff. But yeah, I mean, really, you do wonder if he had played the full year and qualified, he would have been the best batting second baseman in the league. So yeah, he's definitely worth the 9 million, I think. But again, it's a bit of a setback in the fund to keep Yelich. And Dominic Smith got 700,000. He wanted a little bit more, so that works out in our favor as well. Next up is free agents filing, so we'll do that and then we'll see what's available. All right, here we go. It's international free agents time. Now, I have had a quick look here. It's a lot of pitchers. The main guys, now, Ishmael Aguirre looks really, really good. Only wants 4 million. He is fragile. He's a relief pitcher, though he could really go, he could borderline start with a stamina of 50, couldn't he? He's a good fielder as well, a decent hitter. I mean, we're going to add him to our shortlist. We don't really struggle for pitching, especially bullpen pitching, but he looks really, really good, doesn't he? I'm really, really tempted by this guy. Is there anybody else here? He's rubbish. Out of Q. Yeah, so there's Colombian here, again, a relief pitcher. He's not as good. He's a good player. He's a really good player. Is he better than what we already have? Maybe, but maybe not. He only has 2 pitches too, so a really good stamina. So he could actually be a starter if it wasn't for the maybe lack of variety in his pitching. Dominican Republic, another good guy here. Again, he's a good, solid all-round pitcher. Again, with the sort of the stamina that makes you think he could maybe start. Maybe lacks a little bit of movement. He wants 6 million though, which is maybe pitching's not what we're lacking, which is sort of why I'm sort of a little bit hesitant. Is this the guy I just went to? Yes, it is. That was Juan Verona. Okay. So nothing else there. Now let's have a look at the major league free agencies. Now we know that Yelich was the big one, wasn't he? We know also that we had to let him go before we could, because we didn't have the money to sign. He wants 55 million. I mean, that's just not happening. Well, we're going to do our very, very best to get him back to the club. But we're not paying 55 million for anybody, because if he gets injured, he's done. 55 million down the drain. What else do we have here? We've got a second baseman there. Blake Snell is a left-handed starting pitcher. I mean, he's not bad, is he? He wants 22 million though, so I don't know if we're going to be doing that for what's already a strength for us anyway. Yeah, I've got a right fielder here who looks decent enough. Gregory Polenko, however you say that. A first baseman, we already have Blue, we don't need a first baseman. A catcher, this is the Yankees guy, isn't it? Yeah, good power hitting catcher. But again, catching isn't a position that we necessarily need to strengthen right now. Doolittle, I mean, I'm tempted to sign him just for the name, to be honest. But again, it's another pitcher, it's a closer. We already have Diaz. I don't think that's a position that we need to strengthen. Perez here, another catcher. Again, catching's a strength for us already. We already have some good third basemen at the club as well. Max Muncy here, he's 32, good eye, but I don't... Yeah, I mean, you can play first base as well. I don't think there's necessarily anything there that we need to look at or be particularly worried about. So that's it for free agents. I mean, the main job here is get Yelich back. Or if not Yelich, we're going to have to find somebody that can replace him. So leave that with me, and I'll come back once we have some new players at the Mets. Hi, Jacob deGrom. Hey, mate, it's Aussie Villain. How you doing? Good, mate. Good. How's your winter going? Excellent stuff. Oh, you're down in Arizona. Oh, nice. No, mate. No, I've never been. Well, I'm really happy to hear you say you love it down there, actually, because we've traded you to the Diamondbacks. Yep, for Alec Thomas. No, mate, no, I'm deadly serious. Yeah, no, I imagine this is going to come to a shocker to a number of people. So there we go, surprise. We've traded Jacob deGrom, and yeah, fans don't like it. I'm sure there's going to be a few of you that don't like it as well, particularly his agent, but... This is why we've done it. Let me try and talk you through my thought process here, and we'll go from there. We only had $23 million to have to extend contracts for free agents. He's on 21.4, as you can see. They're just under 21.5 million a year. He's never been the same since his injury. Now, with Tejada and Syndergaard, we don't really need another 21 million. We can free up some money to get back in Yelich or someone of quality to fill in the outfield. He's 34 now. He's getting towards the end. I just thought it was a good idea, to be honest. Now, this is the guy we've traded him for. It's not necessarily a fair trade. This was more about freeing up money. But we've got, I think, a decent little outfielder here. We are with Yelich and Nimmo both currently not at the club. We are a little bit short. He's on the minimum wage. Decent contact hitter, not much else. Decent enough defensively. He looks like he makes contact. He doesn't strike out. He's a good base runner. So potentially a decent leadoff hitter there. He batted 282 with Arizona in the major leagues last year. 294 the year before that. So he's decent enough. He's going to be an outfield option for us. But as I said, the main reason I did this, we already have Tejada and we already have Syndergaard. We know all about them. Now, we know that we have Peterson, who is a solid starting rotation man. We know that Flexen's solid as well. And we also know that Kilome is solid as well as a starter or in the bullpen, depending on how we use him. We also have this guy here who did really, really well in AAA last year. WHIP of 1.2, ERA of 2.39. And this is the guy, if you remember, he's actually quite a good hitter as well. So I'm thinking, he's not that far off deGrom anyway, and he's only young. He's going to keep getting better. So I feel like we have a really made replacement there. We also, of course, have the youngster Daniel Stefanovic coming through as well. So we have other options. Now, yes, I know they're not as good as deGrom, but pitching is a real strength for us, and I just didn't think we needed that much money going into a third choice starter when we have a multitude of other options who are really good. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Maybe I'm being naive and silly and I've made a big mistake. Time will tell on that one, but it just frees up some money and now we can really go after some outfielders because 23 million wasn't going to replace Yelich, whether it be with him or with somebody else. Now we have that little bit of extra wiggle room. If we go and have a look at the front office, you can see that, where are we here? So now we have like 44 million that we can spend, whereas that was obviously before deGrom, that was down in, as I said, 23 million. So we couldn't have done much with that. So I think time will tell, but I think it's a good thing that we've done. Hopefully now we can go out and start signing some really quality players. Alright, so we have some bad news. Christian Yelich has signed for the Colorado Rockies. The fans are yet again unhappy with me. I'm going to get sacked this summer, aren't I? Or this winter, I should say. We offered him a contract. He was not going to sign for anything less than $55 million for us. I offered him 43 and he said no, which is really, really frustrating. I don't understand why he would then go and sign for a team that he, didn't win the World Series with for the same money that we were offering. Because that was basically, that was our ceiling and we couldn't go any higher than that. So yeah, that's really, really disappointing. It does leave a big, big hole in our outfield as well, which isn't great. But yeah, it's just particularly annoying in that's what I offered him. That's what I offered him and he wouldn't do it. So there we go. Okay, we have completed a trade and we've lost Chris Flexen. That's the bad news. I really like Chris Flexen. It's the pitching thing, isn't it? We could have lost him or we could have lost Peterson in this trade. I just felt that Flexen's right-handed, Peterson's a lefty. We're probably more better off with keeping the lefty. But who have we got to hear you say? We have signed Seiya Suzuki from the what they called the Giants. They actually had just signed him on a free agency thing, and I like the look of him, so we've snapped him up. This is the new Yelich, I guess. He's going to play right field for us. He's not bad. He's not Yelich, but he's not bad. So he's been signed out of the Japanese league. He's done okay there. I don't know how that form's going to translate over for us, but yeah, this is it. It's, as I said, Seiya Suzuki, the new right fielder, even though it says like he's not a left fielder, he's a right fielder. I don't understand this game sometimes. There we go, right field. There you go, mate. Let me know what you think in the comments. I know it's not Yelich, but it's not too bad, I don't think. Well, he's maybe not the outfielder we wanted to keep from last year, but we did get Brandon Nimmo back. He's actually back on less money. He only wants $6.5 million, so I thought that was a good deal. He's been a good player for us. He's reliable. He's a good fielder as well. He's really good on-base percentage. So, and plus, it's treadmill. It's treadmill. We want to keep treadmill if we can. So we've done that deal, and we saved ourselves $5.5 million in the process. So that's good. I think that's pretty good for us. I know, it's not Yelich, but he's done. He wouldn't sign for us, so that's not much we can do about that. There was the Rule 5 draft that sort of has been and went. There was no one there for us. There wasn't a particularly strong... but I mean, there's not really anybody that's a strong option there, is there? Because that's why they're in that draft anyway, because they're not particularly wanted by their teams. So that's that. Free agents, there's becoming less and less of them, as tends to happen. We're getting towards the start of spring training. We're sort of at Christmas Eve right now, 24th of December. So if there's anything else, I'll let you know. But I'm starting to think we're getting something towards our team for next year. Okay, we have reached spring training, so that means, basically, we've hit the end of the episode. Now, let's have a quick look at how we stand for the next season. Now, the first thing, John Schreiber has set another injury setback, number 2 or 3. He's out for another 12, just over a year, 13, 14 months, torn rotator cuff. I don't think we're going to see him back somehow. It's a real shame because we did kind of want him in the bullpen this year. But yeah, so that's not going to happen. But let's have a look at the team that we have sort of. This is sort of, I guess, coming into spring training, let's say, sort of the penciled in opening day lineup. So we know Jeff McNeil, he'll play second base, and he is just a really, really good player for us. We know Bernhard Morlock, solid as a rock. He will play third base and hopefully continue to light up Major League Baseball. Suzuki, the new Yelich, comes in. He will bat 3 and play in right field for us. He's decent, isn't he? He's not Yelich, but he's decent. We were looking at Mickey C, Michael Conforto. Hopefully he'll have more of a year like he did last year with that on-base percentage at .371. If he can continue to do that, I'll be a very, very happy boy, that's for sure. I will obviously continue with my boy Blue at first base. Excellent stuff. And he's just starting to kick on a little bit here as well. So we could work on his defense, but otherwise, he's coming along nicely. And we are going to need him to step up this year, of course, with no Yelich. Odenthal's back fit, so he'll come back into the lineup to play in center field as well. Again, a decent enough hitter there. Hopefully, we'll get some good numbers out of him, and he can stay fit for the year as well. Alvarez, he takes over full-time now as the catcher. He was wonderful when he came in last season. So hopefully he'll continue that over the course of a full season. And Ronnie Mauricio, we're looking to use him at shortstop. So yeah, again, he was really good when he came in the end of last year. So I'm hoping for more of the same from him in that position. Now, the starting rotation, we have Louis Tejada, of course, last year's Cy Young Award winner. Absolute no-brainer. It'll be between him and Syndergaard. We might start Syndergaard at first in the rotation to start the season off. But we know all about Syndergaard. He is just an absolute monster. I think third in the rotation, we're going to go with David Peterson. He's been a solid pitcher for us pretty much since we brought him in. Certainly the last 2 seasons anyway. So now without deGrom, he needs to keep up his game. Kilome, we'll go with him in the number 4 spot, obviously trading away Chris Flexen. That does open up a spot in the rotation there. He's always done a good job for us, so I'm hoping that will continue. And of course, we do have options with starting pitchers, and we're going to give young Simeon Woods Richardson a spot in the starting rotation. He might even go ahead of Kilome. We'll see how spring training works out. He's come up through the system relatively quickly, lit up AAA net last year, essentially. So I'm hoping that we'll get him up into Major League Baseball now, and he'll pitch up a storm. And I know it's not the most important thing, but he's not a half-bad hitter as well, so that should bode well for us. Now, the bullpen. These are the guys we have already nailed on. We know Diaz is going to close for us. He's an absolute beast, and long may that continue. We know that it'll be Justin Wilson to sort of set things up for him, along with Garcia. Again, he was poor last year by his own standards, ERA of just under 5, but I think he'll do better this year. Villanez, we're going to stick with him. He was a really good reliever for us last year, so we'll stick with him to do a job for us, along with Zamora. He's always done a decent job for us, hasn't he, out of the bullpen as well. So that's sort of the main guys there. Daniel Stefanovic, of course, named after one of you guys. If you do want to have a regen or a young player that's sort of come into the game that's not necessarily a real-life player named after you, down in the link, there's a link to my Patreon. It's one of the tier level thank yous is that I will name a player after you. So that's what Daniel's done, and he's going to be in the bullpen this year. He could even jump into the starting rotation, to be honest. We'll see how spring training goes, see how the season starts. And then we're looking at this. No, obviously, John Schreiber's not going to play. We'll have to put him back on the on the injury list. But we need probably 2 more bullpen pitchers. So Anthony Kay, we've seen him in the major leagues before. He came in, was it our first season, I think, and absolutely lit the league up. And he's struggled a little bit since then. But I'm thinking he's one of our stronger options out of the bullpen. Trey Cobb is one of the youngsters that's been working his way up. We gave him a sniff at Major League last year when the expanded roster happened. He didn't really take that. I mean, look at that whip. He was horrible. Let's call it what he was. He was horrible. But we'll give him spring training and see if he can earn himself a spot back in the lineup. And obviously, Schreiber's out. Drew Smith is a good, solid guy. He's been in our AAA for a little while now. He's sort of come in and out of the Major League team. He's done okay when he's been called in, but he's not brilliant. But I think he's one of the stronger pitchers, certainly I think with K. And the last guy, Ryder Ryan, it's the movement and control that worries me. He did really, really well last season. Whip of under 1, ERA of 1.69. So, but that really, really worries me. But we'll give him spring training, see how it goes. But I'm thinking the 2 guys that will come into the bullpen will probably be K and Smith. But we'll see on that front. But guys, that is it for today. If you have enjoyed that episode, please do hit thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Let me know what you think of all the award winners. And of course, the transfers that have happened, the trades that have happened here. Obviously, Yelich is a loss, but I think we've still got a really good team there. I'm still hopeful for the team ahead, or for the season ahead. But guys, we'll be back on Wednesday. We'll be back for opening day. And opening day is going to be against... I should have checked this beforehand. Cincinnati. It looks like, yes, because that looks like spring training. So Cincinnati will be we'll be hosting Cincinnati at Citi Field for opening day. That's for Wednesday, guys. Until then, I've been Aussie Bill, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.